Welcome to the channel. Here's Trader Jan speaking. This video is about the review of the last of the trading day. At this time, we reviewed the 24th of November. I record that session on the 6th of December in my desire to learn about market analysis and to define locations. During the last 2 weeks, I was trading here and there, but mainly working on an indicator which helps me to finding the locations. And that indicator you see here, a lot of colorful stuff. It's a heat map like, but not showing the limit orders like Bookmap, but it shows where the most volume has been traded over the last in a certain day or in a certain time frame, and how that volume actually relates to each other. Like if you see this one here, it actually, the volume is related to each other. So if there's a darker red color, that means there was a lot of volume traded compared as well to other locations on that same visible screen. So enough about indicators. We reviewed the 24th of November. Remember when we did the analysis, we had been checking, we had been wondering if the market now bounces back or would go long. Like what we had been seeing here is there had been a steady resistance or steady support here from on that level. So market went back, up, back, up. That's on the daily chart. And then here, back, up. And then it broke it, and then it came back. And then we are wondering, will it go back down or will it go through it? So now we know it went long. So looking at the locations first before we review the trades, looking at the locations we defined on the last day. So we didn't change a lot of our locations because we're happy with the locations we defined for this day here. So let's see how we performed on the hourly chart first before we jump into more detail on the 50 minutes chart. So looking here, the market started with a huge gap up, about 100 ticks, and then naturally the market tries to close that gap as well. So it closed it somewhere at around 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it went further up. But location-wise, from the opening, it went to our location, then short of meeting our next location, but eventually it met our location, and then it went down. And here I left actually the potential resistance which we defined on the day before, which was the closure of the day where we were wondering, goes it up or down? And obviously this one was then being retested again after the market went up, being retested again, and then the market sped up about 300-400 ticks. Quite nice. On the hourly chart, it looks great. And it was actually here hitting our location, going down again and going up, 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 hitting our location here and consolidating over here, then towards between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Now, looking a bit more in detail on the 50 minutes chart on that specific day, we same here. Interesting, like we had from the previous day, we had a little bit of volume here. Well, not a little bit, we had quite some volume here. And that was exact the same location where the market went down again. So those volumes which we read in the volume profile, it's actually a bit of an enhanced volume profile. They are pretty significant. And then here, if you look at this one here, the next volume exact by the tick going down. I just need to be able to read them and read the signs, and then be able to like trade at least until the next location for about 100 ticks on the ES market. Is quite a nice little trade. So then it went down here, got rejected on that level, not surprisingly here, and then went down to the opening of the day, and then it sped up. So we are confirming here as well the locations were not too bad. Now coming to trade review, I was scalping on that day, and if we look here at the review of that day, this is the 24th of November. An overall summary of the day. I traded the demo account mainly and the funded account. On the demo account, I made 85 ticks plus, and that one is split between the ES market and the NQ market. 46 ticks on the ES market and 39 ticks on the Nasdaq. On the funded account, I balanced out with plus 1 tick, where I traded 21 ticks plus on the ES market and 20 ticks minus on the Nasdaq, resulting in 86 ticks profit on that very day. So let's review the details. I did scalping, so I'm gonna open up my 500 tick chart, because that is the chart where I do the scalping work. So in scalping, I actually don't really consider those locations, which I think I should do better. But what I do is I actually wait for a range to build, and then I could be a bit more. So as you can see, I saw that range here. I was trading at 4 o'clock Chicago time in the morning, which is about 9-ish, 10-ish in Europe. And I saw this range here, the change of character here, and a price action, a bullish price action. And then I saw this up and down here of about 20 ticks. And I took then a couple of trades here. If you zoom in, perhaps not too much. That's gonna be too much. So I had a trade here. My trading setup is always the same. I try to scalp out a tiny piece, and I try to scalp in at the border of the range into the range. And here you see the range is that area here. And once I saw the market actually comes back, exhausting here, comes back, I traded, now that I see it, that was interesting. Huh? I traded this little range here, and then here I traded along towards the border of the range, and then here I traded a short after I saw this exhaustion here, and then back into the range. Both were in the morning at 4 o'clock, around 4 o'clock Chicago time, and both successful. Here I traded whatever I traded, I don't know. I wanted to trade short, Great. No clue what I wanted to, what my thoughts were here. If I look at the volume profile of that time, probably I wanted to anticipate a breakout if I look at that correctly here. So I traded a short here, the market went against me, and I follow with that trading methodology, I follow a DCA approach, so I scale in one more contract at a loss of 20 ticks, and lucky me, the price went into my direction. Not only lucky me, I'm monitoring quite closely if there's an exhaustion here. So the market came back into the range here, into the area, and then got rejected there and went back. So, and then I'll go out of the market with 6 ticks plus, with 2 contracts in that case. So here looks like I did the same mistake. I guess I anticipated here on a bounce back from this area here. The market went against me. I went in again after 20 ticks of minus, DC8, and then I took, I think I jumped out of that trade earlier than the trade would have allowed. And as you can see here, there's always those nice little things, right? You could have done 30 ticks more and then with 2 contracts. Okay, so now here I did a short. I did a short here and a short here, and then it ended up with 6 ticks, two shorts with 6 ticks, and plus around 5:40 US time. I got another trade here, which was a long trade, and I'm really wondering what I was doing here. If I look at it here from that perspective, so I think a learning from this trading session is I need to be make myself more aware where the heck in that whole setup am I at the moment. So here I did a long, even though from a range perspective, I was already towards the end of the range. So the market went against me for 20 ticks, but obviously it didn't take my DCA here at 20 ticks, and then it went up with 6 ticks in plus. But yeah, I guess I wanted to go long here, but I anticipated, I dreamed. I guess here the market bounced back from that area here, and I found that one as a support level, and then wanted to go into the move as a more a day trading, not a scalping. But then the market went back, and I wasn't sure anymore about my strategy, so I just let it go out in with 6 ticks. I could have gone for sure much more if you look here. If I would have followed the day trading approach, I would have made about 80, 90 ticks. But I was so focused on scalping, and I was so happy that my trade was back again. But the idea actually was correct. Go back into the range, breaking that one and breaking out, and then go further. So the idea was not the worst. So on this day, on the 24th, I did some trades on the Nasdaq as well. Let me check where. At that moment, I was still trading ES market, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq at the same time. In the meanwhile, I changed my approach. In the meanwhile, I only trades only trades S&P 500. It's got too, let's say, stressful for me to trade the 2 markets. Especially the Nasdaq is just too fast for me. I'm feeling more well with the S&P 500. As you can see here, scalping as well, and 6 ticks for both more the range scalping, and see here this one is in time of 22 minutes, where in the morning it's kind of really weird. Or it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but the market is so slow. So actually I changed to 50 ticks charts here at them in the morning in the Asia time, and even sometimes in the European time, depending on the speed of the market. And European usually have 144 ticks, and in Asia times 50 ticks, just to compensate for the slow moves of the market during those times. So, as a conclusion, the 24th of November, I had some 86 ticks in the plus for 24th of November, 85 ticks on my demo account, and 1 tick on my funded account, and trading both markets, ES, S&P 500, and NQ Nasdaq. Okay, then see you back at the trading floor.